going live. We're going live.
Right there.
Yeah.
So I was saying, when you go down that road, there's no.
Hey, Jimmy, we're live, buddy.
We're live, bro.
My wife is watching.
Start the slow clap now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to a job well done, Adam.
Oh, amazing. Look at the Don Dada flexing right there.
Baron Young, baby.
Don
Vintage.
2009, that's a good year. Better than 2020.
Most
Still drinking it out of a mug that Bake the Snake gave me, though. So.
Right on.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is the after party. We all sort of watched together on mute just now. So I just sat here and creepily watched my friends to see if they were smiling or not at each part of the movie. And I feel good about
that.
That
Must have been interesting for you. Like, were you screen capturing us when we did that?
No, but maybe I
could have.
Maybe I can record on
opportunity.
And everyone decided backstage. Award for best performance in a YouTube comic documentary goes to Comic Kid 84. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
You should.
I was going to say Comic Tom 101 with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was going to say Comic Tom 101.
You weren't even nominated. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we should all just be thankful that George still hangs out with us because he's about to be such a big star.
Yeah, he's going to be a big star.
I would say best supporting actor goes to Andy's comb.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of which, I think the real reason we're here is to cash in on this movie. Last Con memorabilia is available for auction right now. This is actually a comb that Comic Man Andy had in his beard at the Yard. If you remember the Yard scene from this movie, I took this.
Giving that away?
Andy passed out.
No, it's up for sale.
Up for sale.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
I have my game worn uniform.
Blind bid.
Wow.
Blind bid auction. Yeah.
Is it me or has that shirt gotten worn out a lot more than when you had
That game worn. It's going for 50.
Yeah, we got Unbelievable Simeon at $5.
Just a little worn out. I'm very upset because I got D-Runk that shirt before the con and brought it to the con for him to wear. And only 7 months later, or however, what is time? I don't know how many months it's been, but oh damn!
Talk about your grail.
Yeah. The bidding starts now. No.
Bid.
That's gonna have to be a buy it now, I think.
Yeah.
$1.
Wow.
Chris Barrett's in the chat. What's up, Chris?
Hey, I'll even sign the comb for an extra $2K.
Super generous.
Which goes to charity. It's going to get D-Runk a new wardrobe because that shirt's going up for auction.
Oh, I got this Superman shirt. We're good.
Andy, I'm glad you're not upset at me.
You need Dan Jurgens to sign on that, right? Like you did on your book?
Yes.
I did take this from Andy while he was passed out. So, it's got his DNA on it.
Off that comb, too.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I thought it was my wife digging in my back pocket. So,
well, it's only because he cups your buttocks.
You got a nice, nice squeeze.
So
If anyone-
84.
Sorry. Screw that.
Biggie says, I guess 84 is a Hobbit now.
This was a pricey book back then in February, but I had no clue the kind of pricey book it would be by the end of the year.
Has it doubled yet, Cobby?
It has more than doubled.
More than doubled
More than doubled.
That's crazy.
in 8 months.
Yeah, and this is signed and remarked by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird on the interior. So the
Because they
interior.
always did on the interior, right?
They always did it on the interior back then.
Yeah, they didn't want to mar the art. Kenny would approve.
And I don't think we got to it in the movie per se, but the Jim Lee signing that George and I went to, he signed this for me and said for Don Dada, best Jim Lee. And I got this book for $1 from Barbarian Kung Fu, who we also hung out with at the convention.
What up?
Yeah.
Fu in the chat.
Oh, there's the Spider-Gwen.
All right, so my job tonight's just going to be to click on whoever's showing stuff, I guess.
That's right.
Well, we know you're looking forward to opening up your AOK, so we're trying to stretch.
Yeah, we're giving people appetizers.
There you go.
Okay.
I got a lanyard.
Oh, yeah.
This was a 9.6 at the show. Not
Oh
anymore.
yes, it was.
And a few times after the show.
Yes. This is why I'm called Jimmy Two-Time.
Yeah, like,
Jimmy
only 2 times?
999, baby.
Beautiful. I love that one.
Yeah, that came
Be
back.
my destiny.
I think that's the first convention I've ever been to where I was more concerned about spending time with my friends than I was actually buying stuff. Like literally, all I wanted to do is sit there and drink beer.
Oh, agreed. But that's usually daily. Just want to sit there and drink beer.
Yeah, like everybody's like, we should break up and look for comic books at one point. And I'm like, you're right. We've been here for 3.5 hours.
We were in the yard for a long time.
I think Saturday was so much more enjoyable because a bunch of us were there on Friday. Like if I had gotten there for the first day on Saturday, or if George had gotten there for the first day on Saturday, like for example, we probably would have had a lot more to do on Saturday, like to accomplish. Like,
Yeah.
so it was kind of perfect the way it all worked out.
You know, having been through this, like, if we ever get cons back, like, and I know other people are going to be there, my to-do list is going to be tiny for a con.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've always tried to do a bunch of things. I'm going to have like 2 or 3 things, and the rest of the time is just going to be targeted at this, hanging out with people from this community, because that was so much more enjoyable than any other aspect of the con. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And walking around while you guys were hunting for your AOK, like Kenny and Bear were hunting for their AOKs, and we went back and looked at that first Talia, like, and the swamp thing like 9 times before Bear pulled the trigger.
Right. Yeah.
But it was so much fun, and I just I didn't even I was gonna go do this.
Yeah, I think it was a final like decision between like a lower grade first Juggernaut or something like that. There was an X-Men book on the up for discussion, or the two ungraded books, that were nicer condition, and he went that route with it.
I think
I vote with Juggernaut.
79s too, that Dolphin one with the
The Showcase 79.
yeah, I think we were looking through a bunch of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Kenny's much more decisive than I am. That's okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
Kenny was like subby.
Gotta make it happen, man.
Yeah.
As days goes on, there's only going to be less books to choose from. Don't forget.
That's true.
That was my mentality,
That one was kind of Destiny too, right?
That one was Destiny because of the whole Boston Comic-Con where you found your original one and you sent it to get graded and it came back purple label.
And I got that copy when I was with you.
Right, but not physically when I was there. So we were both at the convention, but I didn't see you get that copy.
Yeah,
so.
but
but it all
me.
worked. It all was perfect. The story was written perfectly, and it wasn't even a story.
So this was another hot grab from the show.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was the 2-time 9-9 book.
Yeah.
9-9.
Yeah.
9-9. Wow. So on Sunday when I got that book back from CGC, it lasted an hour on eBay. Sold overseas for like $700. That was crazy.
They love their 9-9s overseas.
They certainly do.
I love my 9-9s over here.
So I could activate my badge for next year already.
Activate your badge.
Yeah.
You're wearing your badge? That's awesome.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
A couple things, guy. But so many people made that comment. I had, like, for humor purposes, I had to put it in.
Who made that? I
didn't make that
I'm even
comment.
the shortest guy out of the crew. What happened? How am I the Hobbit guy?
It's only small compared to like the giants of some of the rest of us.
The top row here,
Me and
Yeah. organized by height.
go over George, and then
Kenny is what some of us should aspire to be weight wise. That's for sure.
So Kenny, here's how that went down. Bear goes, all right, come up with something that was surprising about when you first met somebody at the con, and he goes, well, I'd already met Kavi and George, so it was either you or Bear, and I was like, Kenny was short, and he's like, everyone said that, so we ran with it.
I understand because I know I come off larger than life. You know what I'm saying?
You
on
do.
the YouTubes, so I understand.
So then we were, yeah, as you can see by my outtakes, he was trying to get me to get a really good take of Kenny is small.
And I think I said JP was like 6'11". That was an exaggeration.
Right. Like, as we did these interviews, I heard what some of you said, and I tried to get the other people to play off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from. I was like, this will make a good joke, and Kenny's got a great sense of humor, so he'll be cool with that.
Sounds good.
Bear,
That's
Bear,
right. John's right. I remarked on John's height too, but maybe I am short. Maybe that's why I'm like, yo, all these guys are so tall. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem.
It could be.
You're not a problem.
It's not a problem, man.
It's not a problem. Hero you in order to get over, certain obstacles.
You know,
Bear,
no man wants to be called
I just gotta
little.
say, dude, I just gotta say, like, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, dude. This
Yes.
movie is like I'll watch it a couple times this week, probably multiple times tomorrow, and then I can't wait for like time to pass, and then like to watch it again after that too. Like that. It's gonna be so awesome to revisit it over and over. I can't wait.
You know what honestly kind of hit me where I was like 5-10 years from now watching that is going to be something special to have. You know what I mean? So I thank you for that, dude.
It's
Just being able to hang out with
I appreciate
all the guys here is what made it the best con I've been to.
Absolutely.
Right? Because
yeah.
how many of us go to these things by ourselves, kind of lonely and everything, but being able to hang out at the yard, hunt for books, that was crazy. You have definitely immortalized this experience by putting into this. So thank you for that very much.
Thank you, man.
You're so welcome. I mean, listen, I'm very proud of it. Like, but honestly, guys, listen, I'm not someone who can focus very well in my life, in my everyday life. And that's always been a challenge for me. But I mean, you guys really kept me on it. You probably felt like you were nagging me, but like the fact that you bothered to ask me, like, how's the progress? How you doing? Are we close? That really like did keep me going, and it led to me making something that I'm proud of. And that's, I mean, it would not have happened without your enthusiasm. It just wouldn't. And I'm not sitting here saying this is like the greatest movie ever, but I want to thank so and so. But
well,
like,
I was excited about it, okay, but like the whole time knowing that when we were at the convention, you had the camera going here and there, getting your footage, and I had it in my head, okay, like, Bear's gonna do a cool produced, like, here's what I did at C2E2, here's my haul video, and it would be out a month later or less, and it would be a quick video. But I had no clue it was going to snowball to this level of like insanity. And like that, I remember clearly in the Instagram chat when that day where you were like, this is cool, guys, but I think it could be like
Cooler.
It could be something else entirely, like next level. And we were all like, sign me up,
No, it was going to be a slideshow with music. And
right.
when I was thinking about this a lot today. Every single person I asked to participate in this was just instantly like, let's do it, let's go. Like you just said, Kavi. And I couldn't be more thankful for that. But I was thinking about how it changed. And it was just going to be a little slideshow with music. It's going to be cool, move on with our lives. But when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is a lot of like reading for the audience because, there's a lot of text.
Yeah.
It felt like me telling the story. And I'm like, we should be telling this story.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of when it became a bigger thing, and then it became a little bit scary too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
After I interviewed you all, I'm like, oh my god, I have to go through all of these, pick out what I think we should use, and then change what I've already edited. It felt like it was going to be months, but honestly, you guys really kept me going. And like I said, I'm someone who has trouble sticking with things in my life. That's one of my challenges. It's kind of an ADD thing. Like I'm diagnosed ADD. It's an actual thing that I have, not something I joke about having. And it's really difficult for me, but like every week, one of you was like, hey, how's that thing coming? And I'm like, oh shit, I really got to do this because these guys are waiting for it.
I'll say I wanted to give you space, so I didn't hammer you at all.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, but I also did encourage you to take breaks from it too, because I knew how hard you were working on
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And like it was going to happen at some point, as long as
Well, I think it was about a month ago where there was a certain sort of like, let's turn the corner on this situation where I told all the guys about my CBNYCC thing that I was going to do on my channel, and I had plans for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but I had nothing planned for Sunday. And I was like, "What's up, guys? This is what I'm doing. CBNYCC. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Bear, it would be awesome if we could premiere that movie on Sunday. I got nothing planned." And then he was like, "Well, maybe I can make a trailer happen by then."
Yeah.
And that was it. We were on the way to this night from that moment on.
And once that trailer was out, I was like, "Oh crap!"
The heat is
Like, this is for real. This is
And go.
And then we gave you even more incentive to finish.
Yeah. Let's
All right, let's do this.
Let's see this thing.
There's been a little something on my kitchen table for, I think it got here Monday.
Did it get there that quick? Wow.
Yeah.
make us little.
A DS got it sent out pretty quick.
Honestly, this is already absurd because, as you guys saw, I took a substantial hit AOK wise from copy at the con.
Substantial.
Of the positive kind, of course. So, listen, we all made out like bandits, and I don't understand why I'm getting something more, but
Go big. Go big.
Go big.
Make us little.
go home.
Bear.
I haven't even cut this thing because I knew I'd be tempted to.
He's ignoring the go big request.
Change the screen.
It just might.
You want to see me cut it? Come on.
Yeah.
He's directing. He knows the right time to go big.
Right.
He's the director. He's
Yeah.
He's got to wait for his
We're just
magic
talent.
mushroom.
We need to know our place. He's got the vision.
Strong packaging job, by the way, DS, as always.
Oh yeah. DS is a pro.
All right, now you go big.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes, and we say DS because we purchased a book from DS to.
Oh.
We teamed up and got
We
the
did
book
team
from
up.
DS and had DS send it to Bear.
I had a feeling, and I'm not saying that I've been on his Instagram lately looking for clues.
Yeah, right.
But maybe I have. All right.
Yeah, DS says he should have used the massive box with tons of
Oh,
packaging.
there's an envelope.
I just want to
yeah.
take the opportunity to say I really need to be on that other chat because I wasn't involved in this.
Sorry.
What's that? Oh no, don't worry about it, Jimmy.
No, it was.
All right. It says, "Dear Mr. Island."
I almost spit out my
Little
wine.
callback to another past AOK that we sent out. I hope this letter finds you well. It does. By the way, the fact that we're all healthy right now, or seemingly healthy, big deal.
Yes,
It's a big deal.
definitely.
We did it. We got there, guys. Your PitCon 74 homies wanted to say thanks for all the hard work you put into making this video. You took an amazing memory and you immortalized it for us and closed with something that we knew was on your list. You more than earned it, brother. Sincerely, 84, collecting PJs. Copy books, NYCCC, and Riverside Liquors. We'll just say Lady Riverside for that. Listen, I know for sure that Andy and Jimmy, I know you guys would, without a second thought, want it to be included too, or if you whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying right now.
But yes, you're right.
Did your yard get toilet papered yet? Because I'm not that far away.
Dude, why didn't you come here to watch this with me tonight?
That would have been amazing.
Andy lives in my same state.
Hey Andy, shouldn't we go on a hunting trip and just camp out in Bear's front yard?
Yes.
Slowly roll there, kid, Chicago. Dude, it took me so long to come up with those names. There's like 5 different versions. I'm trying to remember what I had for D-Runk. I had the Riverside Liquor, like Licker. As if he was like a serial killer or something.
Right?
It
That's that one.
wasn't making me laugh the way I wanted. Oh my gosh, this is so
Riverside Liquor.
lot going on here. I thought it might be too suggestive. One with Lady Riverside. Oh my god. Okay.
I'm gonna leave it to D to figure out which one was better.
Holy! Oh, this was on his page. Oh my god, guys!
You didn't expect that though.
Better number one.
Oh! That's
my
a great
God.
hit.
Shit, that was a long time ago too.
That's a substantial hit.
Yeah, I've been known to be an AOKing that book. So
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh man.
Substantial hit.
Yeah, you can put it next to your J Hood creation.
there you go.
Wow.
That was as soon as he made that comment during the video about one of his favorite characters. I was just
Oh,
like,
that
yeah.
was perfect. Yep.
Yeah, guys, this is such an important. Oh my God.
Congrats, man.
You deserve it. You earned it.
Yep.
You're the man.
You more than deserve it, dude.
Yeah, like we owe you like 4 more of those slabs.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta get small again.
Thanks,
God.
brother.
D-Runk,
Even my wife watched this tonight, and Andy's.
you
Andy's
could've done
wife
a
watched
DG
it too.
Everyone, shut up for a second.
DGC at cost.
Say this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This is
Welcome.
unbelievable. Thank you so much. That's okay. Everyone, keep talking.
All right, Andy, what were you saying?
This was your shot, man. You could have done a DGC at cost.
DGC is now just
Money, man.
Look at this. It's 6.5. You know what? I was talking to D-Runk about this because he was selling one. Weren't you selling one?
Yeah.
Jared?
Yeah.
And you were like, "Do you want to buy mine?" And I was like, I just think I want like a little bit of a higher grade than the one you were selling." And guess what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed that book, dude.
That's a nice looking book.
It needed to be yours.
Yeah.
Hey, and DS, I mean, he gave it to us at a good deal too.
Yeah, DS worked with me on the price. He was more than fair. So
He's good like that.
worked it out.
Yeah.
Yes, take care of us.
The buying process from DS is a delight from start to finish, if you ask me.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a mail call from DS that I haven't cracked open yet because that's the kind of dude he is.
Well, I'm not doing anything for the next hour. Yeah.
This bear did just get an AOK from.
That's right.
Guys,
I don't know if we have time for that yet. So.
Jesus. Whoa.
this is unbelievable. Like seriously. Like
That's
Yes.
Bottom one
Poison
is
Ivy.
DS.
Show it. Show it.
you know what though? It says off-white to white. Kenny, if I send this to you, can you
Do my magic.
Breathing magic.
can you turn the pages white?
Isn't that amazing that the pages went? It's one thing for the grade to bump, but the pages went white. Isn't that?
It was a timing issue right there because they actually had just changed, and DS knows this. They just changed their page color analysis from
They're
the
dyed.
Overstreet whitening level or whiteness level cards to something that's been more akin to the actual paper kind of scale.
Right.
Well, I mean,
I think the way I tell
I
it's better. That
I had DS plus mine. Mine went from off-white, not off-white to white, off-white to white.
White. It,
Yeah.
After he pressed.
and a 0.5
Yeah, and a
grade increase.
So, but yeah, of course, my Lois Lane 70 went from white to off-white to white, so in the same reason.
Right. That one went up multiple grades though. So that's
Yeah, it did go up multiple
Yeah.
grades.
You guys can tell I don't go live very often because I've been completely ignoring the chat. Just want to
That's been amazing. I've been.
Oh, they've been hanging out. They're cool.
they're good.
They're enjoying the show.
DS is in the chat. Barbarian. By the way, Barbarian, I did see you very kindly offer to send me some pictures that you had from the con, and everything was pretty much just in the can by that point, and I didn't want to open it back up picture-wise. So I do appreciate your offer. So
Because then
Nobody wanted to
we wouldn't have gotten this movie in 2020.
Nobody wanted to see the hidden footage of Dee and Kenny's room either. So.
No.
We decided to keep
That's-
that
yeah,
off the books.
That's for the Blu-ray only.
Oh, I love that you
Blu-ray only.
Blu-ray only.
Blu-ray.
And Bear, you must never release the unbleeped clip.
here's the
I
thing.
think we have that queued up right now. Don't we? Can you play that right now?
I was bleeping it, which is, by the way, bleeping sucks. Because you have to not only eliminate the audio from the person
Oh,
and then add bleep in the empty space, but after I bleeped it, I was watching and I was like, oh, you can still totally understand what he's saying. This is not good. Like the bleeps are worthless when you can tell. I'm not even going to say the word.
the context.
So I was like, I better cover his mouth too. But that was fun. I also just want to say that your guys' live stream on Saturday night from your hotel room was so much fun. Like I watched it 3 times
Right.
to pick out, certain parts to include. And I was like, this is too good. I wanted to include more actual comic books in the movie because there's not a ton of comic books in the movie.
I needed that reminder that you weren't there after like Sunday evening or Saturday evening or so. Like for some reason I had it in my head that you left like Sunday
He left
morning.
after the yard. Actually left from there. Actually,
Yeah, he left before I bought the books.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I gave you.
I think you had them when I left. I think I left like 3 or 3:30, something like that.
I thought I went and did that after the yard is when I bought those, but maybe not.
You did because D and I
You did,
took off and went hunting.
Yeah.
Well, I know I was
But
buzzed.
Andy, Kavi, and I went.
I know I was buzzed.
Yeah.
So I know I was, when JP was buying those or eyeing those books, I was definitely buzzed, and I remember that the deal with that I helped him on or whatnot. That I was definitely buzzed.
Here's what happened though. Okay, little behind the scenes story that wasn't included because it would have been really boring.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be boring now. My keys were in the hotel room of George and Kenny. Okay, so when I tried to leave, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to my car. I don't have car keys."
Oh, that's right. So
right.
while you were trying to
We used my keys to open the J Hood AOK box.
We used my hotel room because it was adjacent to the convention center as like a loading zone. Like I think multiple people had their shit like in my hotel room and had to go back there or whatever. Yeah.
Right, but we thought it might be in your hotel room, so I went to your hotel room looking to see. Or actually, no, I went to get my stuff in your hotel room, so never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ended up having to Uber back to the hotel that the rest of us were staying at to go into the room, which looked like it had been ransacked, but not by me. To find my keys. And by the time I got back, because I had to give the room key back to somebody at the con. By the time I got back, JP, you had gotten one of those.
Yeah, at that point I had bought the books. Yeah.
You showed it to me like over the rope, over the con wall, kind of. You're like, look what I got. I'm like, oh, sweet. So, don't worry, I'm fine.
I want to thank you also for giving me the final word in the movie before your like postscript or whatever and the outtakes. I think I had the last word and then it cut to black. Right?
Yes, the YouTube comic book community is what gives us all comfort until we can get back into
so we can get back into the yard.
The minute you said that during like live while I was interviewing you this summer, when you said that, I was like, that's the end right there. That's the end.
I had a feeling you were going to use that for the end. Like I remember saying that, and it was total spur of the moment. And I was like, you know what? That's a good line. So I didn't know you were going to use it, but yeah.
You guys all did such an amazing job in those interviews. I was just like, wow.
That was so much fun, man.
It was.
I just remember the second one, like when we did that, and you were like, okay, these are the subjects I want you to touch. And I gave you the spiel, and you're like, shit, I think you got them all.
Should we just socialize for a while now? Because I think we're done.
Yeah, where's Los? Well, he's in the chat, I think.
I'm going to send him an invite.
Hope he sees the movie. I hope he sees the movie.
Los and Seawood and Issues, I think, is still in the chat, or he was.
He was. He said he would catch the replay of the movie.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
So my favorite part up to this point was the Hialeah tattoo on Jay Hood. And I'm trying to find the Comic Tom clip because I think he had a panel behind him with a saying on it too, mimicking D-Runk, didn't he?
Wait, did he?
Did he?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I didn't catch that.
Well, you gotta give credit to Jay Hood for the Hialeah tattoo thing because that was from his video, right?
Yeah, it was from Hialeah's video. Yeah.
I got permission, by the way. I asked Jay Hood. I was like, "Is it okay if I include this?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Right.
Yeah. That was from his Comigores video.
Yes.
I was once upon a Comigores or something.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was his video.
Now I want breakfast mac.
That was so fun.
I just love Jimmy's. It's just not done. It's not done. That's my favorite part of that whole.
I
like the look of indignation on Jimmy's face when he's like, "It's just not done."
I like when he said, "I'm from here." That doesn't even sound right.
but it looks so good with the ham in there and everything. Oh
It
man,
actually did look good.
Listen, if there's another C2E2 and we all end up going, we're all getting breakfast mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
now my wife and I have
Maybe
ordered.
maybe for dinner on my end though. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah.
Hey, that mac and cheese was fucking delicious, y'all. Hey, no, hey, for real. You heard Cobby's line where he's like, "Yeah, I'll drive, 12 blocks for some, eggs and toast."
It was more
you
like
guys were
20.
all like, my breakfast was okay. I loved my fucking breakfast. It
It was
was
good.
so good.
Well, you were high on Red Bull too, so
Well,
Yeah.
that was just me putting on my Don Dada New Yorker. I'm pissed off to do anything inconvenient for me
Yeah.
whatsoever. Stick that I
And
do.
then you guys also treat a Red Bull like I just did like 4 lines of Coke. Like you haven't drank a Red Bull before.
So here's the funny part. Here's the funny part about breakfast. So I had never met any of these guys before, but Kenny and I had been talking.
Right.
And Kenny's like, "Hey, we're going for breakfast," and I'm like, "I'm driving in." I'm like, "All right, I'll hook up with you. You guys gonna be at?" He tells me the place, and I get there, and like, of course, I've seen everybody's videos. I roll up, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, George." I'm like, "Where's everybody at?" He's like, "Over there. Gotta go." And he heads off to the liquor store to get, or was it some?
Yeah, right next to
It
the
was right next door. Yeah.
So I walk up to him. I'm like, "Hey," and everybody's like, "What's up?" And then right back to the menu.
We were hungry.
And listen, I'm going to say one thing. Right? JP is tall even sitting down,
He is.
just so everybody knows.
He's Jay the Giant. That's his name in the credits.
Adam, Adam is taller than me. I don't understand.
I know, but you look taller because I'm fat too.
Well, I think it's that that Bear doesn't make so many videos. You know what I mean? And it's JP. You make so many videos, so I think there's
JP
there's
is
more of a YouTube impression of your height.
okay.
And
And honestly, also,
So look at him right now. All you
camera
see is
angle.
the head.
He's a low. He always
Exactly.
has this camera. Yeah, low.
because I
It's
said
the
lower
aspect
camera.
ratio. Yeah.
right.
Stand up, JP.
Oh Lord.
$5 as you see his belt line. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, hey.
Easy, Tiger.
I thought Andy was the one taking his top off tonight.
Andy did say he was going to say something about
A little hot here. I'm gonna have to fan
I don't know. John was
my rail that I just got.
calling for boobies earlier, so
John, let's call for movies.
Dude, that book looks really great. Go full screen.
It's so amazing. Like this is sleeping with this tonight for sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I forgot. Did you send that to CDC yourself, or was it?
Oh, red! Look how red the
I
red
think
is.
he did.
yeah.
I thought he bought that in cinema.
My copy is it's got that like fade on the red. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember seeing that and thinking about buying it myself.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, it would've been bidding war.
Okay, DS says he didn't submit it, but he acquired it somehow. So.
Sorry, I'm just gonna keep showing it off over and over again because I'm excited.
Dude, I'm glad you're
Let's watch the movie again live right now.
We could do that. You want to just put it on
I don't
silent?
know if that would even work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
so good, so funny.
Any disappointments? Any parts that you're pissed that I left out?
The drive back. No, that drive was terrible, but it was worth it. It was worth every minute.
I've talked to Andy like several times since the con, and like the one like complete thing that he agrees I should never have done a one day. Like next time we're going all the whole weekend.
So the wife and I are committed to knock on wood. Oh God, not spring. Yeah. Knock on wood. We're committed to a full experience for the next C2E2 that's available.
Dude, I got there first and I left last. I stayed for Monday.
You did. You were there like
Yeah,
2 years.
I hunted some local shops on Monday and whatnot.
It's a graham cracker, didn't you?
Yeah, Jimmy was the one that gave me that tip, and I went over there.
Yeah, Cobb and I were texting back and forth on Monday.
So
Also, I hear Jimmy's like a really good chauffeur if you need to get around town.
That's what we hear. Yeah.
the
Me and
only
him go to a
thing,
burger joint.
I know some places.
Yeah, we had a fun
Nice.
post con night. What was that? Was that
That
Saturday?
was Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday
Saturday
night.
Yeah, because when I dropped you guys off is when you guys went live at the room, and I was driving home watching you guys, rather listening mostly. But
yeah, it was cool. The three of us to hang, got a little burger joint.
He like prepped me. He's like, don't order it with only ketchup.
Don't order hot dogs with ketchup in Chicago. There were places you would get abused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was already feeling bad about leaving early, and then I got home, and the first thing I see is, of course, T-Rock and Comic Tom, and I'm like, oh, they're all just gonna have a big party in the CGC room without me, aren't they? Like, all of them are file in there. It's all just gonna be like, hey, what's up, Bear?
So that's the one thing that we didn't talk about that I kind of forgot about that I wish we'd put in was the whole joke that you guys had every time, because I never did actually meet Tom, about like me and Tom getting in a fight because because I dropped that video where I like criticized the way they'd done the list the week before, and George the whole time was like, "We gotta fight Tom. They're gonna lay it."
Yeah, I mean, George and I found him literally right after I got my TMNT 1, so that's how that whole thing got into the movie. And then after we got our book signed by Jim Lee, but before we were able to, quote unquote, let them, drop them off to actually be processed by the facilitator, we were on that line. That's when he went to go to the CGC booth. I held his spot and his potential 9/8, which I could have ruined.
Yeah.
While he did the whole CGC thing, and I was literally holding his book that he just got signed by Jim Lee with other people, like collectors online, watching him do the Comic Tom thing. He was literally 20 feet away doing the Comic
it was
Tom
cool.
thing. I had to hold our place online or whatever, and we were all watching on my phone. That was an interesting experience. That book came back a 9/8 for him. So
yeah, no, he looked when I went into that room, he looked fucking beat. Like he was,
sure, dude.
He was
doing over shit all day. So,
yeah, having to do like that high energy thing, like imagine YouTubing all day, like energy and excitement. Like he was wiped out. But he turned it on when it was camera time, and then right after he did my little thing, he went and interviewed Jim Lee. He was doing a private signing for CGC, so he put in a lot of work that week.
Definitely.
But George, you definitely walked out of there like this.
Oh, dude, I had both balls in a wheelbarrow, baby. I felt so good.
For those of you who haven't seen George's time with Comic Tom, George is very like, that's right.
He had the weight of an extra human being on his back. Like
later he had like Yoda.
Yeah, after he had all those things. There's Lowe's.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how long you've been there, but my screen wasn't big enough to see you. You're on the bottom. I'm so sorry.
No worries. What's going on, fellas?
How long were you waiting, man?
I don't know, a couple minutes.
20, 30 minutes.
25 minutes.
Half an hour, it's fine.
I was like, what's this bottom row thing?
Good to have you.
Highlight collectible paper. He knows what's up.
Share your favorite memory.
From George to Jim Lee.
Yeah.
All right, I want to hear Los talk. You talk about your favorite memory, man.
It kind of sucked because I was actually only there for one day. I flew up from Mass. My brother at the time was living out there, so he's like, "Hey, T2E2 is going on. Get a plane ticket, come out here, spend the night, here, and then it's a kind of just like a train ride. You get over there and you're good." So I was like, "Hey." He was damn it, where the hell was he? He was by like Milwaukee Ave or one of the, because it's random how they name their like the streets and all that stuff, but he wasn't far. It was probably like a half an hour, something like that, train ride or whatever it was.
So he's like just outside Chicago.
Yeah. He's probably like, or he was anyway. He moved back out here, but he wasn't very far from the place. But he's like, hey, come out here. We'll go and stuff like that. And so we got, I got a ticket and stuff. But it just, again, it was one of those things where it was kind of spur of the moment, and only the one day, which kind of sucked because I couldn't enjoy the con as much as I could have. And
Saturday's a rough day to go if you're going one day, right? That's
Yeah.
the busiest day.
Yeah, well,
of
I
it.
mean, and I was trying so hard to locate both of these guys because these are the guys that like were showing up on Saturday and leaving. You know what I mean? After that day, so I was trying my best to like find Andy and find Los and find I Got Issues also. Like other people
for a day.
like, I don't want to take credit for all of it, but I was contacting everybody to show up into the yard. Like if I didn't do that, that wouldn't have happened.
You can take credit.
Oh, no, I got messages the entire time. I was getting messages from Kavi. He's like, "Hey, where you at? All right, I'm over here. I'm at location 1000. All right, we're over here. All right, cool. I'm on my way over
That was like if you go into Artist Alley, right? Like because it's like it's
crazy.
Like 14 rows of tables. Like by the time you get to where somebody was, they're like 3 rows down, and they just you keep missing each other through the whole thing.
We were like gonna meet under some sign, and then we realized that there was another one of those like across the sign. And we were finally like, Andy's like,
Dude, I felt like an offense. I felt like an
He
offensive
was like,
coordinator.
yard. And we were like, we can figure
Bring us
that.
over here in 15 minutes because this is like adjacent to where you are and where I am right now, so we could be,
Well, it was like Kavi's like, well, we're gonna go get in line and get a beer. We're gonna get something to drink. I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, the wife and I are at the yard, and there's like 6 people in line, and Kavi's like, okay, we'll be right there. 30 people in line over here. Next thing we knew, we just kept this revolving line of everybody hopping back in.
No, as I was editing this, I kept seeing all the like in the pictures of how many people had somehow made their way into the yard. I'm thinking somebody was behind this. Like, I was like, it must have been Kavi or Kenny or someone had to have engineered this whole thing.
Yeah, that was, like I said, that was definitely my top moment. Getting to meet, damn near everybody. That was crazy. I didn't do much like hunting or anything like that. I got a couple of signatures here and there, but that was my main goal was to just meet up with a bunch of people. Which was cool as hell. And like I said, it's one of those things where you talk to people, you do the live stream and stuff like that, and you kind of hang out a little bit. But actually, like meeting everybody in person, the one thing I can say is that there was no awkward moment, right? When you meet a stranger and you're just like, I don't know about you. What I mean? You kind of standoffish a little bit. There was none of that. It was just like everybody knew each other for like 10 years, and you're just like, oh shit, let's get a drink. It was just nothing but fun, and it was just amazing. And that was like my favorite part of the whole thing. And that's the one thing that is a downer about this whole thing is that we couldn't keep that going, right? We couldn't go to the next con or to the next, so it's like, so hopefully when all this craziness kind of goes away and dies down or whatever, we can kind of meet up again and do, an even larger event, which would be pretty damn cool.
Well, that's what made me appreciate that situation that much more is once my wife and I got there, if you go to a couple of cons a year and you're not there on the first day, you're there on a Saturday, there's not a lot of surprises. You're going to see a lot of the same wall books. You're going to see a lot of the same vendors. You're going to see a lot of the same stuff. So it's like, okay, I realized I switched off buying mode and went into, I got to hang out with the guys because this was worth the price of admission. Was just that whole yard experience was worth the ticket by far.
For sure.
And to be able to capitalize on that with the amount of time that people had, Carson was able to show up for a beer. Metaphorical was there for a round with his family.
Meta was there.
I keep running into Meta everywhere. Him and his wife and the baby.
We briefly covered it in the movie because me and George went to that event where we got sketches on coasters or whatever, and George got
Chat RCG,
the whole switcheroo thing. But and I said it in our interview, but I don't know if it made the cut. I can't remember. But Chat RCG paid for our, he invited us and let us know about it, and then he covered our entry cost for the sketch. So shout out to him also because he showed us great hospitality there.
No, Chad was a big player on that. Yeah, absolutely
awesome.
That was awesome.
We just not a lot of us had an opportunity to go and do that hang. You two were downtown. I was already back up at home on Friday.
I mean, I even after all of you guys left, I even went to hang out with Barbarian, Issues, and a bunch of other Symbiote Comic Club guys. They had their own house that they were renting or whatever. So I went out, hung out with those guys, got to see all their hauls. We watched Into the Spider-Verse. We drank beer. We had food. So I had a whole kind of separate night to hang out with those guys too, which was great.
Separate life at the show.
Yeah, well, you guys left me, so what was I supposed to do? So anyway, it was awesome all around.
It was. I mean, it was definitely a great experience, man.
Yeah.
Hats off to you, Bear. Thank you for bringing us together once again for this very special occasion. Thank you so much.
Hey, that just tells everyone in our community needs to go to the first con that is safe to go to again.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, we're going to try, but us Midwesterners, we got to wait for March.
Well, there was a line where I said, capped rooms and things like that. So, I mean, I think that's going to be a reality. I mean, just a few weeks ago or about a month ago, I went to a comic art con in New Jersey with my boy Tony NY Jr. or whatever, and it was a small show at like a hotel. They capped the room to like 50 people or under. So as soon as the room got to 50 people, you had to wait on the line, wait for one person to leave, let one person in, type thing. And everybody had temperature checks. If you didn't pass muster on the temperature check, see ya.
Yeah.
Everybody had to wear masks. It was all the vendors were separated. It was very well done, and it was just a minuscule example of how cons need to set up down the line until it's.
Yeah. I went to one with 20 vendors about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but it was nice. I mean, it was good. I did well in the room and filled a lot of holes and picked up some keys and such. So it was a good show.
Smaller shows are definitely starting to happen again.
Those are fun to go to for hunting. I find it's kind of just a whole different animal. Though. Like for me,
it's not a whole experience.
It's not a social event really. With smaller cons, but. We're getting some questions in the chat about the sexy time in the D-Rug and Kenny hotel room. If there wasn't,
Joey Bag of Sevens, you don't want to know.
Yeah.
Let's just say we didn't sleep much. You know what I mean?
Unless and Bear left his key there by accident overnight.
No massage parlors were visited during the filming of this movie.
Hey, we all knew Bear had a camera, so he. He's sitting there.
Was there a leather couch?
It was leather.
Black leather couch.
There was enough leather for a couch, probably.
The zipper mask, though, that's a different story.
Oh, hey.
What I saw in that room, I haven't been able to speak of to this day.
No, like the hotel thing for me and 84 came about because, like, I mentioned to him maybe about going to C2E2, and then he had this like perk from his work where he was able to get a hotel room, and he's like, "Hey, let's room together," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So
I got a free room, dude. Let's just
hell yeah.
Yeah, it up,
JP and I roomed together, and no one wants to know what happened between us.
I mean,
that was exciting.
That was just one night, not 3 nights.
Yeah, there was just one.
Me and 84 were only 2 nights.
We just had a plate discussion and went to bed. It was like the Pences.
Actually, so Bear and I saying together was like we opened the J Hood A-OK. We went down to the room, and then he disappeared he's like, "Oh, I left something up in Kenny and George's room," and then he didn't come back for like 6 hours. So I don't know what happened up there between the 3 of them, but
he was filming.
That's a different documentary.
My 1920s camera.
Yeah.
Biggie. The footage was real grainy, thank God. We get it.
I mean, he's not big on subtext.
Clearly.
Highlight that one, would you, Bear?
There, it's on the record now.
You got at least some mystery, though.
In this film.
That's
Just so y'all know, like my wife is like 4 feet away from me right now. It makes it so much better.
Wait. I like Patrick Walls.
Oh, man.
I totally forgot that I can put comments on the screen. This is how often I go live.
So Bear Island is now available for hire for any future convention.
Birthday
There you go.
Birthday parties, yeah, everything.
Seriously.
Documentaries.
I am. My business is about as active as DGC is.
Burn.
That video Nero put out saying, "Hey, I'll do your books, but I don't really want to, so don't send me."
DGC must be super busy because they turned my business away.
Yep.
Yeah. No, dude, my shit got.
DGC takes 6 months, but they don't tell me no.
No, my DGC, the place I got the labels from stopped printing them. They closed, and even before they closed, they copyrighted me, and it's maybe it'll come back up someday. But I don't like having customers. Like that's not what I want.
Same.
It's the service part of customer service that I'm not a fan
I
of.
launched a business, but I realized I don't like selling things.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. Like, I would want to charge a lot more money to make it worth my free time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the problem I have. I was doing it for like cost plus $5.
Yeah.
And not worth
So
it.
for all of us that have one, we feel extremely lucky.
Yeah.
It's now a limited. It's like a limited piece. you
I
know?
got my first one at C2E2. Like
Same
while
Go there.
we were opening right before we opened the J Hood box. It was like
Yeah.
Multiples?
the first one.
He gave us the label and
George,
the,
I'm gonna
The
say
label,
that,
and
man.
we put it together right there.
George, if I ever get an AOK from you, it better be in a DGC slab.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That it's so special. It's so special. Just keep it as an AOK.
Yeah.
Keep that special DGC-ness to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Oh, dude, that was.
I see how it is.
So while we were having dinner,
There's already some NWO shenanigans going on, right? And Shaq's just outlining that.
No, so I sent Biggie a couple of slab DGCs because he wasn't able to go to C2E2 with us, and he posted them on Instagram, and all these motherfuckers are talking shit like, "Oh, that book's not a 9.8," and like, dude, I didn't actually.
Oh yeah.
You see the spine ticks on that thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no offense to anybody who chose a real grade for their DGC, but I chose 11 just to avoid that whole thing entirely.
Yeah.
Me
You
too.
know, anybody who chooses like an A+ or an 11, like it's like, okay, you can't like come at you that this was a real grade.
I want a 6.9.
Yeah.
Dude, you got it.
6.9.
But Steve Wood got a cool
6.9.
DGC as well.
6.9.
Yeah, I got two. One, I think,
I
yeah,
have two,
one was
yeah.
an 84 for my grade, and the other is a straight 10. I got a 10 on one.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically that's a real
I like
grade.
it.
Technically that's a real grade, but
Oh man.
I got one, and then he started to charge, and he told me what he was charging, and I'm like, no fucking thanks.
So,
I pass.
I passed on, like, no lie. I was like, I was gonna get a second one. I was like, no thanks.
It just got the
Oh, look at
logo.
you.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's a combo.
I reached out to George about getting a DGC slab for my my Batman Harley Quinn, signed by Paul Dini, but he says they don't fit. So my stuff's too thick for D.
Yeah.
You're too thick.
Whoa. Nothing's too thick for D.
Turn it up to 11.
Whiter than glow pages.
That is fucking dope. Look at the black on red, and look at this dope.
Dude, he's
That
got
is awesome.
he's got a talent for this.
I got this from Big Will, and I was like, I love it because it's beautiful. It's really really crisp, but it's signed by Paul Dini, and I'm like, what do you mean that's too thick for you, D? I don't get it.
Dude, it's
One of those oversized 80
modern-
page.
modern-
So, yeah.
And then the other one from George's favorite sketch artist.
Oh yeah,
Well,
It's better.
that is still a great. That's still a great rendering. no matter
That,
what.
that's
one is-
a photo, but yeah,
I mean, I get that Uma
Are we showing up Poison Ivy covers? Is that what we're doing?
yeah.
There you go.
Yes, Poison Ivy or Peter Pan.
This is why I only work for my friends.
that does look like Peter Pan, especially with the shadow.
That is
There you go.
that 6'5" Poison Ivy is the current box office total of the last con. that is the box office right now.
$6.5.
$6.5.
Nice.
Oh, man, I'm
Whoa.
Whoa, what happened? What?
All right, so next comment you see from Biggie Shack, you should definitely
Oh,
highlight.
shit. Yeah, that's right. Let him know, Big.
But it's just the tip.
Length.
Listen, don't let him fool you. I mean,
Many innuendos going around, man. No one,
He's like, big spoon, little spoon, my ass.
no one on the channel.
I mean, it's 11 like JP is, but
Well, 84 is 6'11" when he's laying on his back.
Wah, wah.
Andy had to go on that one.
Yeah.
We love Andy on that one.
I just love
Well,
the picture that he puts up. It's like,
all his beard.
Joey Beggs is saying, "Kenny 6 feet tall." Okay. Oh, 6 or 6 inches. Look, it's 5.
it is 6 inches tall.
In his dreams, yeah.
What?
The double hash, that's inches
I don't know what's happening.
on your back, apparently.
All right, so when are we doing? When are we doing?
Asking, what did I miss? You missed an
I
amazing
told him that he missed everything. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, we can give him the highlight.
okay, and then we premiered a documentary called The Last Con that I think all of us are in.
Yep. Go back and watch that.
Oh,
shit.
word.
It's on a little known channel that puts out 2 videos a year.
Barrel Island Comics.
I bet you a lot of people are watching the movie right now and not actually watching this after party. So that's
Actually,
probably
that's not at all inaccurate, because there's been a number of people who have popped into the chat saying, "Hey, I just finished watching it."
I'm watching it right now. Yeah.
Bonafide saying he's watching right now.
Yeah, I think
Click
before
the way
we
for
went live, Avi was like, "I really want to just go watch this, but I guess I got to hang out with you guys."
That is kind of true. Like, but
Yeah, Tommy was like,
this has been fun though. But I will be watching it again tonight.
It was like the breakfast thing all over again. He's like, "I guess I'll hang out with you guys."
With some eggs and toast.
I'm watching both at the same time. Oh, boy.
John's multitasking.
Yep.
Thanks, John. Thank you.
So confusing, but saves time.
Bona fide or bona fide? I never get it right.
Well, this you can watch on 2x on the replay. The original movie, just watch it normal speed. I encourage you.
And if you watch this 2 times, it makes us sound like Smurfs, which is even funnier when you're drinking.
If you're watching the live show on the replay, I apologize.
Yeah, totally.
You're this far into it, you'll never get that time back. Life is too short.
We could have just watched the movie 1.5 times instead.
Yeah.
All right, we're approaching an hour here, so I think we're going to try to wrap this up. Thank you guys again so much.
Yeah.
thank you.
Dude,
Dude.
seriously, fucking amazing. Amazing job on the movie.
Take a bow. Yeah, there you go.
Think about.
Stand up, Bear. Don't hit the fan.
Listen, it's been a long 7 months sitting and not exercising. I don't really want to show this off. Right?
But just don't hit the ceiling fan when you stand up.
It would have been amazing if you didn't have pants on and just ended it that way.
Right.
A little screen blur.
Yep.
No pants.
That's no way to be treated right now. Okay?
Straight cocking it.
Well, I had a blast both watching it with everybody and doing it with you guys. So
It was fun watching on silent and just sort of like glancing over at Kavi to see his reaction before everyone else's.
yeah, clearly I have the best internet in YouTube.
It was worse when I was behind. I caught up, and I'm like, he's still ahead of us. How the hell did that happen?
Nice.
Oh man,
Shouldn't mind
Probably
me.
like the prequel to all the jokes.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it a after party here, I think. But
sign
thank
off.
you everyone for watching. Boyo at 7, Biggie Shack, John, everyone who's still hanging out. You guys are amazing.
Later, guys.
Later.
Sorry to Los again for how long you probably had to sit there before I realized.
No worries, brother.
All right. See you, everybody.
Good night.
Peace.